It's the Dreamscape.
Welcome back to Indie Synergy Exchange, your podcast for all things indie art and creation. I am your host, Tanner Giese, also known as Number 2 Pencil Man. And tonight, joining me, my lovely co-hosts, we have a new name joining us, but a familiar face. We have Lamona Bonneray. She is a poet and author. It's going to be something that I got to get used to saying because I'm not used to calling her that yet. But we got a new creative in the house. I mean, well, she's been creating, but more so now. So, welcome, Lamona. And then we have my bro, Frae Official, talented artist and multi-creative. And tonight we have a special guest, our first ever streamer. We have Turtle Pizza Power. Let me do the thingy quick.
Really gotta work on that.
Wait, that's not even live. There we go. We'll get into him and what he does in a second. I got to get way better with that. I did better in the last episode, but
Also,
dang
watch
it.
your hand in front of my face.
All right. I'm going to do stuff over here now. But before we get into him, I got to go through the promo stuff. So thank you guys again for tuning into Indie Synergy Exchange. If you like this podcast, please consider giving us the thumbs up, commenting, interacting with our posts. Subscribing to the channel helps us to continue to grow and build a platform for indie creatives of all kinds. And when I say all kinds, I mean all kinds. Because we've had poets, authors, comic book creators, musicians, filmmakers, wrestlers, clowns, doctors of psychology. The list goes on and on. If it can be done, indie, if it's any aspect of creation, putting yourself out there, and small businesses, it's all been on the show. So we are going to continue to grow in that way. So we are becoming the premier podcast for all things indie. So consider helping us out by giving us all those amazing support things. So yeah, this is episode 21. So there's been 20 other episodes, mostly with other guests. I think out of those 20 episodes, I'd say about 17 or 16 of them all have different guests. So definitely go check out the rest of the podcast. And yeah, hope to see you guys in more of these episodes. But now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our guest. So, Turtle Pizza Power, tell us who you are and give us a brief description of what you do.
Hello, I'm a Turtle Pizza Power. I am a variety streamer over on Twitch, and I'm a partnered YouTuber. I actually do multiple YouTube channels. One of them is a gaming, and the other one is music.
Ooh. I didn't know much about the music, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
So, I guess to kick us off, unless Frae, did you have something?
No.
Oh.
I'm waiting.
You're waiting.
I'm waiting.
So, I know you said that you do streaming and you do music now.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing music, but
so
yeah.
Music. Which one came first? I'm curious.
Music.
Music.
Oh.
Yeah.
And did that segue into streaming, or was it like separate and then streaming kind of came in?
So, I've always dreamed to be a musician when I was younger, and I started playing guitar at 19, but long story short, I started streaming back in 2013 when the PlayStation, you can actually stream, right? Because they made it accessible to everyone, a lot more accessible, because if you can get a console, you can stream. But I released some music back in 2021, and my music distributor gave me affiliate for having a certain amount of followers and listeners on Spotify. So I became a Twitch affiliate with only 38 followers on Twitch, and I was like, well, I'm going to stream. So I incorporated music into my gaming stream. So if new followers come in, or anyone subs or donos or channel point redeems, I play guitar and sing horribly.
And what is your preferred?
Not horrible. He's got the voice of Frank Sinatra.
Frankenstein Sinatra.
Can we get a sample of that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Number 2, Pencil Man, wanna see the suit. Number 2, Pencil Man, wanna see the suit. Yeah.
Wow. That deserves.
Thank you for doing that, Turtle Pizza
Oh,
Star.
anytime,
We
anytime.
don't all we don't always have. I guess
That-
don't always share, and not that quickly either. That was really cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wow. That,
It's on the whim. It's just I always freestyle it. So
you are our first live performance on the show. That's a big milestone, Frae. I mean,
nice.
geez, you didn't do that in your interview.
What was I supposed to do?
Ask him to show you how to.
Well, you said show me, so I was like, well, it's right here.
We had it
You're
right.
prepared. No, that's awesome. And I imagine it's just that quick while you stream too. You just like pull it right up.
Right there.
Wow. Yeah, no, I got a lot of questions about that, but you go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, I don't know much about streaming because I'm not a video game person. So, I would love to hear just how that works because I'm having a little trouble visualizing in my head, I guess.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there with a controller, playing my video game, talking to chat or whatever. Sometimes maybe a community member, just Twitch has channel points. So you can like maybe set off a sound alert, or you can highlight your text so the streamer could see it if your chat's moving fast, or just other things like pictures pop up. But I have it a channel point to where you can have me stop playing the game and I'll play guitar. Or if anyone new follows or there's new chatters, because they'll tell you it's the first time they're chatting, I pull out the guitar and sing their name, welcome them in. Or if they subscribe or donate, I play guitar and sing for them.
That's really fun.
All donos. It don't matter how much they donate. It's just the fact that I just pull it out and do it. Because at the time, that was an evolved thing. Because when I started streaming on Twitch, you can ask Frae, I wasn't pulling out my guitar initially in the beginning. But it's streaming, it's kind of like an art. I see it as an art, and it just your art evolves over time, and it evolved over time. And I felt really bad just for saying thank you, right? I felt like it wasn't enough, so I wanted to give the viewers something more than just a thank you.
I think that's fantastic. And obviously you've been doing this for years now. Because to build up the amount of presence that you have as a streamer takes time. And
it takes
I'm
time.
Just, like, even just doing Number 2 Pencil Man stuff, I'm getting into live performances with like library systems and doing live events, and it's kind of similar, like building up the stage persona and figuring out how that works. How long, how did your streams evolve? Like when you first started, what were you mainly focusing on, and then like how did it get to the point that you are now?
I think I was mainly focusing on like gameplay, and if anybody was coming in to chat, really. And I mean, I still do that. I am focusing on the gameplay and the chat, but it's just as you do more and more live shows and performances, because my live performance started whenever I was playing with the bands, and I'd play live shows, and it's kind of like a drug, like live. So that's why I like to do Twitch, because it's that live show and I'm still getting that hit of dopamine. Whether you're watching or not watching, I'm going to be entertaining myself. So I'll even pull out the guitar and just start playing the guitar and singing like during loading screens or whatever. So
that's fun. That's a fun way to do it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of games to stream currently?
Recently, I've been heavy into like some trading card games, but I like to do story-based games, like anything from like Ghost of Tsushima to Doom, The Last of Us, or even older games like The Simpsons Hit and Run.
That's a good game.
Yeah, it is a good game.
Wow, and how do you incorporate the card games into your streams now?
So I just it's digital. So the card games that I play and stream is like Dragon Ball Super card game. It's kind of like Pokemon in a way where you buy physical cards, but you also get a digital code for the booster pack to do redeem digitally.
Okay.
And then there's another card game. There isn't a digital version of it, but I actually record for YouTube in real life matches of each of the matches that I put on the game in YouTube. But sometimes I'll stream if I'm streaming One Piece, there's a fan made digital app that has online matchmaking. Same thing with Union Arena.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I've never actually like redeemed the digital cards.
Yeah.
Like whenever I got trading cards, like even back in the day when I was collecting trading cards, like they had the code cards or they were just starting with them. And I was just like, oh, what's this? And I just like threw it away. And everybody was like, I started watching TikTok people like opening up packs of different cards and always like, here's the code card if you want it. And it's like, what do those even do? And
yeah, it's a digital booster pack.
Is it like the same cards that you get in
It could be, but it's random. But you get usually, yeah, it's Pokemon, it's 1-for-1. So if you get like an 11 pack or however many cards come in a pack, booster pack, then you redeem it digitally. You get a like the 11 cards digital or 12 cards, however comes in a pack. With the Dragon Ball Super card game, you get 12 cards in a real pack, but then when you redeem the code, you only get 8 card packs. So it's kind of
wow.
A little cheap there.
That's how they get the money. They're like, you want these digital cards? Buy more physical ones.
You want the cards, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Frae, you need to take a page out of their book with the official verse. Do a digital thing.
I'm working on it. I'll figure it out.
You should release a digital for Frae. Put that bitch on Steam.
I want to figure out how to do like
Leave that out. I'm sorry.
A digital game. No, you're good.
Oh, you're fine.
I do want to do that for official verse. I do want to have a digital version of it. So we'll get there.
We'll
get there.
Get there
it's
fast.
It's going to expand. Right now it's on hold because of other stuff, but it'll get there.
No, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Frae, do you got anything?
No, keep going.
Keep going.
Katie, do you have any questions?
I do.
Lamona, I'm sorry.
Huh?
Lamona. Do you have any
Oh,
questions?
yeah, I already was like,
Yeah, we forgot.
we forgot. It's fine. I love your name. Was there any meaning behind it, or was it just random?
Turtle Pizza Power?
Yeah.
So, it's not random, but I did have to do a slight name change, for branding purposes. But it used to be, and my gamer tag is still the same. I've had it for years. TMNT Pizza Power, but I took the TMNT out for branding purposes, and it was just Turtle Pizza Power. Long story short, I used to run a fan-made Ninja Turtle website in like 1999, early 2000s, and it was called Pizza Power's Lair. But I went on like forums, like the Technodrome forums, which is still a thing, and other Ninja Turtle forums, which are no longer around, sadly. I went under the disguise of TMNT Pizza Power, and that's also my gamer tag on anything and everything. So if you see TMNT Pizza Power, that's me.
Gotcha.
There's no numbers because I've had that gamer tag and name online forever.
Right.
And
my Ninja Turtle website is actually still viewable through Wayback Machine.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
What was it? You said it was GeoCity or something?
It was on GeoCities, but if you go to Wayback Machine and just search Pizza Powers Lair.tk, it'll pull up through the years.
Nice.
Yeah. It originally started on AOL before I moved it to GeoCities.
Oh,
that's
man.
the good old days, which I don't know much of. Frae would know more about that.
Don't be aging me.
Back when the internet was like good. The internet's dead now. The internet's dead now.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's
I guess
dead, not dead.
Back when you had to decide if you had to take that emergency call for your grandparents in the hospital or
yeah, dude. Someone picked up the phone. If someone picked up the phone, you got disconnected off the internet.
being your like group, like your AOL. You remember AOL chats?
Yeah, I got
Yeah, in the
banned.
AOL chats, they used to do like RPGs and
Yeah.
you'd be right in the middle of something spicy, be talking to a girl in the RPG,
You
and
think you
then
were
it
talking to a
gets cut
girl.
off. You're like, dang, I was about to really get this girl's number.
Yeah, but see, the thing is like there used to be websites like GeoCities and Angelfire and other
Hmm.
websites where you could
Yeah,
build your own website. So like the internet was like this like underground vast content
right.
of
Mm.
like you like Star Wars, you like Garfield, you could find a website for it. Like not
Yeah.
just a website, websites, okay? Ninja
Hmm.
Turtles, like it was just vast, and now it's just like everything's mainstream, cut and dry on the internet, and it's just like
Yeah.
Mhm.
This internet sucks. I'm going to talk to real people again.
Frae,
yeah.
who are you talking about? You can't even come out of your room to talk to me.
I came out of my room today. I went to Delaware.
And then you retreat it back.
That's an exhausting drive.
I mean, it probably is. It's a couple hours. I know for us to get to Delaware, it's like 3-ish.
3-ish, yeah.
It's like half that time where I was. But oh, I do have an interesting question though. Which Ninja Turtle would you say describes the vibe of your stream?
Hmm. Michelangelo, probably.
I was
I
gonna
would have to
say.
say, even though my favorite turtles, Raphael and Donatello. Um,
Mhm.
it's just I've had a lot of people tell me like, "Oh, I don't understand how you're so energetic." I mean, it's just that's just me. I have to throw that energy out there. You know,
Gotcha.
you won't ever know I'm tired on stream. So
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, that's what attracts people to you.
yeah, sometimes it turns people away.
They're like, oh God.
Yeah.
You're like, don't come back, bitch.
No.
Yeah.
So, I am curious to know
Mhm.
because it seems like you as a streamer, you're really getting up there now. I looked at your Twitch thing. You have 2,000 followers.
I'm
I would have
happy
thought a
with
couple
where
years
I'm
ago.
at. Yeah, I mean, everyone wants more, right? It's like more, give
Mhm.
me more, give me more, give me more. The fact that I even have one person that comes and watches me, like I'm super fucking thankful for. I am super thankful for, and I'm just happy doing it. I'm happy that I have, but not just we creatives
Mhm.
have platforms that we can create and be creative on. Because if
Yeah.
you couldn't be creative, the world would be a very dead place.
That's true,
Yeah.
and that is great advice too. I wanted to tie into that. What are your advice for how you can build up a stream persona like you have? Like, what is some of the top advice that you'd give to people who are streaming?
It's you're gonna hear the same thing over and over again from other people, but like literally, don't worry about the numbers because when
Mhm.
you start focusing on the numbers, you bad things happen, right? Because you start focusing on the numbers and it makes you want to quit, and then you quit, and then you're not consistent. It's just you just be consistent. Take the
Mhm.
breaks when you take the breaks, but just be consistent. 100%. Don't focus on the numbers. And I know everyone focuses on numbers at some point or another. You know what I mean? But just like
Mhm.
don't focus on it. Just release it because you're happy and it makes you happy. That's the thing. Do it because it makes you happy. I do it because it makes me happy.
Hmm.
If I didn't do it because it made me happy, why I don't see the point in doing it.
So
Makes
good.
sense.
Don't do it if it doesn't make you happy. It's just people you can tell they're like miserable, and it's just like, oh, because they're collecting money now, so they're gonna keep on doing it, but they're not happy doing it.
Mhm.
No. I'm sorry. You only
They
got
start,
one life. Don't be miserable.
yeah. Then they start playing games they really don't want to play.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
just doing it because it's the popular thing right now.
yeah.
Yep.
No, that's
Yeah.
super encouraging, especially because I've gotten to the point now where I feel very much similar. It's like it doesn't matter the number, it doesn't matter who sees it because
No,
whoever's
because
meant to see
numbers
it.
go up and down, man. Like,
Mhm.
especially if when it comes to streaming, and the thing is with YouTube in general, or anytime you upload a video, like it might not do good, right? It might not do
Mhm.
good years from now. It could do good 10 years, 20 years from now. But I don't think about it if it does good or bad now. Like it'd be cool. It'd be cool, like after I'm long gone, for other people to find these artifacts, right?
Yeah.
Of content, whether it be music, whether it be a YouTube video that you've done, or gaming content that you've put out there. That's just the way I see it, or more or less for like my great grandkids, if that's ever a thing.
This is my great grandpa.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Oh, he's singing a song about a pencil in a costume.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we would have seen that costume. I love that outlook on it, and everything is just, it's perfect. And what I've started to realize is, it's like, those who are meant to see your content are gonna see it no
Yeah,
matter what, and it doesn't matter how many. Like, I think when I first started, I did have that kind of perspective where it's like, oh, the numbers are what we want. But then I got to the point where I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm just going to do this because this is what brings me the most life. And it's brought me so many opportunities just
yeah.
me doing that. And it's like, I don't have a huge following, but I'm grateful for everyone because it's weird. And I know
You'll
I
get
said
there
this
though. You'll
before.
get there.
Yeah, it's like having fans is weird because then people are like chatting with you because they actually like you for who you are. And it's like, man, like I get this guy who sends me memes like almost on a daily basis that I met at like one convention, and I guess I don't remember much about my interaction with him, but he sends me all these memes all the time, and I'm just like, "Oh, this is great." I'm like, "Hey, thanks for the memes, bro." And it's just like having fans is weird. And then I have people who like come up to me at different conventions that look for me and they just want to chat, and it's like, you know what? This is worthwhile. Like just doing
Yeah.
this and
Yeah.
being able to interact with people like that is one of the best things about being a content creator or a business owner or just a giant pencil.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really shifted my perspective, and a part of that was also watching your interview with Frae. Like that really encouraged me because now I'm
Sweet.
starting to rebrand my own content on YouTube, and I still have to get to the point where I have the time to record what I want because I also have a family, and it could
That's the
be
thing. When you're an adult, it's like it's hard, right? It's hard, and it's like a
balancing
lot of
it.
sleepless nights,
Yeah.
especially on the weekends.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
weekends are like the time that I have for most of the creative things, and it's like if one of us goes away or something comes up, it's like, all right, next week or the week after that. But I know it's what I want to do, and I've come up with a plan now of the things that made me happy. And I was telling Frey, I'm revisiting an old concept that I had back in, I don't know, middle school. I was gonna do back when YouTube was still in its like golden age with like the skits and like Smosh
Yeah.
and everything.
Get on.
I was
Start
like,
doing shorts. Start doing shorts.
I
Start
got to
start
get better at short
start
form
doing shorts.
content.
Yeah. To make a TikTok, um,
Mhm.
or YouTube shorts as well too. People would see them. I've grown a lot of my community on Twitch from TikTok.
Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I do number two pencil man TikToks pretty regularly, and
Yeah.
it's like I want to do more Tanner's Tales entertainment stuff. So I want to figure out more like short skits that I can do for that one, and I'm thinking about like I do have a lot of motivational stuff with number two pencil man. I'm thinking about just posting a bunch of that on my YouTube, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want it to get like oversaturated with that because I'm like I want to blend it all together, and so I'm figuring that out still. But like I enjoy it all, so yeah, I want to like start making content that I really want to do, and I have a plan now, and I can't wait to finally get it all up and running. So
Yeah. Do it up and post it. I say don't delete it. You know, because you never know. And also social media is pay to play now. Um,
hmm
you basically see it, especially like on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. They want you to pay for the check mark, but it's kind of always been like that, especially for business pages. Like when we post on, promoting the bands, to get a bigger reach, you'd have to promote it. And so social media has kind of been like that for a long time now. It's been pay to play
hmm
for a few years now. So you can run ads too. If you want people to see your stuff, you can run ads on YouTube as well.
oh, can you?
Yeah, you can put your whole video on someone else's video where they have to click out of, to hit after the 5 seconds. It's a little more costly,
I
but
was
you can do
wondering
it.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's why those like 14-minute ads pop up, and
Mm-hmm.
you're just
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
it's probably not good to do that though, because I think everybody who gets one of those pop-ups are like, why is there this 15-minute ad on my YouTube thing?
It's a catch-22. No one likes ads, but
Hmm.
it's a catch-22.
I mean, I totally understand. Like, that's how YouTube probably makes its money, and then like the
Yeah,
creators
that's how the
benefit from
creator
that.
makes the money too.
Hmm.
From running ads on theirs once you hit YouTube partner.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's yeah. I totally understand that, and I know you have some brands that you collaborate with. How does that? I don't know if you can tell me how that works, but like, what's it like being a collaborator with some brands?
So I'm right now affiliated with two brands that I'm very thankful to be working with. That's G Fuel, which I'm wearing a shirt for, and yeah, G Fuel and the Voice Mod, the literal brand. It's called Voice Mod.
Hmm.
Um, the way I say go about sponsorships or any brand you want to work with, if it's there's a lot of like smaller brands, that you can easily get affiliated with, but if you want to get with the bigger known brands,
Hmm.
what I did, this is what worked for me. I posted every day, just about every day, a picture holding with G Fuel, it was with different G Fuel items.
Hmm.
With Voice Mod, I just applied and they emailed me back saying they liked my content. Here you go.
Okay.
So you can go to a brand website and scroll down to the bottom and click where you can email them.
Hmm.
That's another way to do it. I've emailed a bunch of brands. Sometimes you get a rejection letter. Sometimes you just get ignored. So
Which is better, to get a rejection letter or get ghosted?
I'd rather get the rejection letter, to be honest.
That's yeah, that's a
Because at
good.
least I know they actually looked at my content, right? They looked at it.
Mm,
So it's like if you don't hear anything, it's like they probably didn't even look at it.
that's a good point.
That's true.
And what's it like after you get these collaborations?
You still got to grind. I mean, you still push it out there, promote your code if you have a discount code for people to use. And yeah,
Okay. And like, how does the discount code work for you?
depends on, for like G Fuel. For like G Fuel, it saves you 20%.
Mhm.
And then I get like 5% back from every time the code's used. So
Okay.
yeah,
So it's different with every brand.
it's different with every brand and whatever
Okay.
contract that you sign with them.
Okay. Yeah, see, I was always curious how those worked because I know some people who have different like promo codes for different products, and
Like
it's
with
like they
G
push it.
like with G Fuel,
Mhm.
I'm a believer and I stand behind G Fuel because you'll have a lot of these brands that be like, oh yeah, we'll affiliate you, and they affiliate you, and all it is a code for you and your community to use, but you and every other small creator is affiliated with them, and no one's pushing the code out, right?
Mhm.
Everyone's just like just oversaturation of codes, but it's you just use the code and it's usable multiple times. So it's
Okay.
like, let's say for with G Fuel, but they also sent me like free stuff, like welcome stuff, like a shaker and the tubs. Like they
Oh,
actually sent me free stuff. So and
that's cool.
yeah, and a lot of these small brands, they don't ever. I don't want to talk crap about brand names, so I'm not going to actually name them. But
Yeah.
there's one that you've probably seen along or around. It they don't every creator that I've seen it's just I don't know, they take advantage of creators.
Mm.
It's what it is. They're taking
So,
advantage of the creators.
so since we are a podcast all about indie, and I'm
Yeah.
curious to know, like, indie collaboration with brands, how do you feel like, how can you, I guess I want to know, like, how do you feel you can find a brand that you can collaborate with that isn't going to like take advantage of an indie creator? Like, what do you look for in like G Fuel, or what drew you to the collaborations that you currently have?
With G Fuel particularly, I mean, it's Dragon Ball,
I love it.
or it's or it's Jujutsu Kaisen. So
The
it's
anime.
yeah, yeah, or the video games like Doom.
Hmm.
So that's what drove me to that. Um, but like I said earlier, if you want to like a certain brand, I would post about it on social media every day, showcasing it.
Gotcha. Did you know much about how like G Fuel treated their affiliates before you like got into it with them, or did you just kind of feel it out as you went?
You see all the big creators,
Hmm.
like pimping stuff out, and I'm like, well, I mean, obviously they got to be treated somewhat good if the big creators pimp it out.
Hmm. I guess that's a good point.
Yeah,
You can kind of like look at how other creators are promoting it, and that would be a really good tip for people.
somewhat.
Maybe.
There's a lot of creators that are just gonna do and push stuff out for money, So
Hmm.
it's like,
I guess yeah. All right, that's cool. Like I've been curious about that too because, like I said, I've seen people promoting different codes for different businesses for a
so
while.
like,
So
what brand would you like? What is your dream sponsorship?
see, I haven't like actually thought about that. That's because I'm so like as a creator right now, I'm still just finding my persona in my creating, and I
Yeah,
haven't really like taken the time to think like what brands would I want, and like part of me would be like I'd want to work with other small businesses that I know care about quality and care about something like I don't know, meaningful or purposeful for the community that it serves. Or
whichever small business that you would like to work with. Let's just say it's an energy drink.
Mhm.
Post a picture of it every day, and maybe even post like a link saying, you know, go get it here.
Okay,
But just post about the brand every day, and tag them if you have to.
that'd also be a good way to feel it out too. See how they respond to your content of that.
That's the thing. That's the thing. G Fuel, for the longest time, they would like my post before I was sponsored. And I was like, oh my God, G Fuel liked my stuff. Oh my God, G Fuel liked my stuff. And, and I still get like that when they do. But yeah, that's the thing. Post with whatever brand that you would like to get sponsored with. And that's what worked for me for that. For G Fuel, with voice mod, I just like applied. Sometimes you can just apply, and if they like your stuff, you'll get accepted. But
Gotcha.
some brands, if you really want to be with the brand, you're gonna have to put in some work.
Good advice. No, that's fantastic. That's good to know. So when I do finally think of a product, I mean, I know maybe one business that popped up to mind, and they're like, we've already had them on the show, so I mean, it's kind of already looking kind of good. Maybe future down the road. Um, so we'll see how that turns out. But
Yeah.
no, it's fantastic to know. And now I want to shift gears too, because I know it's before the podcast started, you were talking about music and
hmm
starting a new band. So I want to know, tell us about your music. Like, what kind of music do you play? Like, what kind of bands are you in?
So I've been in a couple of rock bands. It's like along the lines of like Chevelle, like Breaking Benjamin,
Hmm.
that style rock. Another term is butt rock. Because the reason why they call it butt rock.
Is
Do
that
you know why they
actually
call it
the
butt rock?
genre?
Butt rock, it's a joke genre that
Okay.
that musicians joke about. But do you know why they call it butt rock? Because when you're on the radio and you hear it on the radio and you're on a rock station, this is we play nothing but rock. You know what I mean? Like butt rock. You're on 99.5 where we play nothing but rock.
Butt
So
rock.
yeah, yeah,
Authentic stuff.
yeah. But it's basically just like that mainstream rock sound.
Okay.
Um, Um, but yeah, I've played in those bands and I've released solo music and I've got a song and a movie on Netflix.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's a solo song.
A
I
movie?
did
Never told
collab
me
with the
that,
rapper.
sir.
Yeah, it made it into a movie on Netflix.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
That's
the
cool.
movie?
The movie's called Frat Star. I'm not a fan of the movie. Well, don't watch it around kids.
Okay.
But I
They made
mean,
it about your music?
no, it's not about my
No,
music.
no, he
Oh.
wrote.
I have a
His song is
song
featured
that
in the.
plays. Yeah, it plays
Yeah.
during
Oh.
in the movie. It plays during the the adult time.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
That's how you know you made it big time.
yeah.
Wow. But
Very
how
nice.
did that happen?
Luck, complete and utter luck. And there's people out there that will say luck doesn't exist, but I promise you it does. Some say, well, you were prepared. It was the right time, right place, probably, but it was complete luck. So I did this song when I was actually in the Army,
Hmm.
with a friend that I've known for a long time that I actually met when I was working at McDonald's, who was a rapper. And I had done some stuff with him on his album, just some like ad libs and stuff like that and
Mm-hmm.
voices. And, he contacted me while I was in the Army. This was in 2016.
That's when I graduated high school.
And yeah, and we got together and recorded it. The song, it's a pretty vulgar song. But a couple years later, so the studio, we paid hourly to record the song, but then the
Mm-hmm.
studio wanted like over $2,000 to mix and master it, and I was like, I
Oh,
ain't
wow.
got no,
Yeah.
I ain't got that kind of money, like no. So I just what we recorded at the studio, I was fine with,
Mm-hmm.
but couple years later, I guess the movie studio was looking for music, and they hit up the studio that I recorded the song at, and he still had the master. He still had the recording, so he
Mm-hmm.
mixed and mastered it and sent it off, and it made it into the movie. This was
Wow.
back in 2020, no, 2018 or 2019. So when the movie
Okay.
went on Netflix.
Oh.
It was
Nice.
like I said, it was complete luck. Like Aunt B ended up calling me, and he was like, "Bro, we got the song in the movie now." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "And I've got all credits." He's like, "Yeah, like your
Wow.
name, everything was kept." I was like, "Cool, you didn't screw
That's,
me."
well, that's
Nice.
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 Yeah,
Very nice.
yeah.
Wow. That is quite a
It's just
story.
luck, man. Luck exists. But if you know what I mean, if you're already doing it and it's already, like I said, don't delete your stuff. Don't ever delete your stuff because you never know.
It's a good reminder of why not to do that. That's
Yeah.
incredible. And wow, is it so compared to that song, how does your music now kind of relate or like how is it different?
I mean, it's just a lot of f bombs in that song, So, I mean, my genre is a little bit everywhere within the rock genre. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that was a rap rock song because it was a collab with a rapper, and I did the rock part where he did the rap part. But I with the dudes I'm jamming with now, we're working on heavier stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the solo stuff that I've done, so I've done a cover of the Ninja Turtle theme song,
Okay.
the original '80s, and then I did cover of Nirvana's Sliver.
Hmm.
Um, but they're death metal covers. So
Okay.
I've gone heavier. I've gone way heavier.
Mm.
Hmm. Do you do a lot of cover songs in the bands, or is it
I
more like
No, it's a solo project.
okay?
It's a
So that
solo. I just started doing covers because I just started releasing music underneath my TMNT Turtle Pizza Power name. So I
mm-hmm.
was using my real name, and I do have music under my real name,
Mm-hmm.
like solo music, which is actually the song on the movie on Netflix and all that. But
Yeah.
I just, for branding purposes, last year I thought I was like, why don't I just start releasing music under Turtle Pizza Power? So I've got 2 songs now.
Okay.
Nice.
That's cool. And you gonna continue to do that then?
Oh yeah, probably until I die.
That's awesome.
To backtrack, what made you focus more on guitar? You're a guitarist, right?
If you want to call me that, I suck, dude.
What
But
made you? Cause, well, I've seen your streams and I've seen you play drums and stuff. But what
yeah.
made you focus more on the guitar part?
Um. Well, I'm not very tech savvy because I do have an electric drum kit back there that I need to set up, and I would love to set up. And I do have an audio box here that I could set up, but I'm kind of lazy at the same time.
Hmm.
Um. And I have done like just straight up music jam streams with a buddy. That was back in 2021 and 2022, and I haven't done those in a while. I
Hmm.
would like to possibly maybe do that again, but those were more like just on off the phone recording, audio off the phone.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah,
And what made you what was the moment that finally made you be like, I want to do music? Because I know you said you started guitar at 19.
Mm.
yeah, I was 19 when I started guitar.
What was the moment that was like, I need to do this?
That's a hard question because it was way before I was 19.
Uh,
It's just something that you feel, you just feel it in here. It's like
mm,
I got to do it, and then when there's nothing like just doing this, like literally, like just doing this. It just it's like an energy that I feel.
mm.
I know
Hmm.
it's gonna sound weird, but it's just like people with what's that disease where you forget everything?
Oh, Alzheimer's
Alzheimer's?
disease. There's
Alzheimer's
some of that.
disease.
Hmm.
Music. You give someone they'll remember songs from their youth or back when they could remember. They'll remember songs even now. What they're
Hmm.
when Alzheimer's gets even worse, or if they used to play music, you can give them a guitar and they'll still be able to play it. So it's just something very spiritual for me.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's very spiritual, and it has to be done.
So that's how you knew. You picked it
Yeah,
up and you're like,
yeah. Well,
this is right.
my father was a drummer, and
Hmm.
my grandfather was a drummer, so it's just kind of runs in the family. But it's just I have to.
Gotcha.
No, that's. I mean, we get the whole like spiritual thing. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot of us here are kind of like with our art, we feel like that. Like when I put the pencil on, I'm just like, this just feels right.
Speaking of pencil, you should put the pencil suit on and make TikTok videos of you dancing.
I have done a couple of
You've
those,
done a couple.
just a few. I do a lot of like motivational stuff with it, and then I'll like do some silly dances and
Some
one.
skits too. You can make some awesome, probably funny skits with the pencil.
I have a couple in mind. I just need the people to help me with them. But no, it's like we all. I feel well, at least me. I know when I never thought I was going to do the pencil. That was like a whole accident in itself. But it was like I always loved telling stories,
Yeah,
and
there
that
you
was like
go.
a part. It just felt right, and I lost like when I stopped creating stories after high school. I lost myself, and then when I rediscovered it, now I'm on the path that I am. And Pencil Man was born, and Pencil Man opened up into many other things, and
Sweet.
that's how like I feel like if you feel like it's a spiritual calling and you start chasing it, that's another way that you know because like as you do it, things just continue to expand with it. I don't
Yeah.
know if you can like
Yeah.
relate with that, but it's like it just feels like it's.
But even let's say I'm done. Let's just say I quit tonight. I
Hmm.
quit streaming. I quit YouTube. I quit releasing music. I'm still gonna be strumming and playing my drums until I die. Even
Hmm.
if I don't have drums, I'm gonna beat on my chest. So
Find a way.
yeah, I'll find a way to make music.
I love that. It just is so encouraging. Did you have something, Katie?
Um.
Lamona. I
Mhm.
did it again.
Dun dun dun.
The rebrand.
Um. I don't know how much longer we're going for, but so yeah, Turtle Pizza Power. Like I said earlier, I'm not into video games. I'm not into streaming at all. It's just not something that I guess I don't really enjoy it. I guess to be honest. So could you share more for maybe if there's maybe possibly, I'm hopefully not the only one who's not super familiar with it or who just doesn't uh, participate in it. More about like what streaming is, how it works, and maybe a little bit more about like why you do that as well.
Yeah, so streaming, it kind of started out as like for like a nerdy thing.
Hmm.
It was mainly just nerds, geeks, freaks playing video games. And it was like Justin TV before it became Twitch, like,
Mm.
and even Twitch in the early days and YouTube in the early days, and it was a way to record and watch people play video games, which you didn't see a lot of like on TV.
Hmm.
So it was like a form of alternate media, which is now it's became a mainstream thing.
Mm-hmm.
The mainstream's taken over it, but it's still you could still do video games if that's the thing you ever want to do. But streaming now, it's leveled up, and you have streamers who stream in real life. Like they'll stream what they're doing on a daily basis, or they're streaming that they're going to a theme park, or
Hmm.
you you could stream the filming of your skits, or if you're a painter, you could stream your painting, but you're doing it live, so it's a live
Hmm.
audience. um and that's why I also did it, because my wife, I had to step out of the band scene for a little bit, and which is when we talked in the beginning. I'm getting back into it now.
Hmm.
um but it's super early stages, but I love the live show. There's nothing like a live show, because it's like it's an art, and you get better as you do it, and you progress. But it's the art of not knowing too. It's just like anything could
Mm.
happen, and it's a drug to me, the live show. That's why I like streaming, because it's alive.
Mm.
That is such a good definition of live shows.
Yeah, it's live.
It doesn't
So
get better than that.
then, because I was playing in the bands and the music, and I was like, man, I don't want to just like up and quit. I got to help my wife with the kids. But it was a lot. It was a lot, streaming, YouTube, playing, leaving for every weekend or a week at a time to play shows.
Hmm.
So it's like, well, I still have to have my live show. So I'm going to do Twitch so I could be at home a lot more, and I can still do the live show. So yeah.
Speaking of live show, what was your most memorable show while you've been out on the stage?
Oh, with the bands?
Yes.
Blue Ridge Rock Festival, 100% the most memorable show. Opening up for Rob Zombie and The Offspring, and just Motionless in White. It was
Wow.
just surreal experience. And being backstage with like Steve-O and what Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, he was literally like, um, I would say from me to you, but it's like, um, um, like I was at a table, and like Dave Mustaine had bodyguards around him, even backstage, but he wasn't that far from me. He was probably like 5 picnic tables away from me. So I mean that's cool, just being backstage like that.
That's
I
quite
can
a unit.
visualize
Yeah,
that.
that's quite a unit of measurement.
Yeah.
How long exactly is a picnic table? Now I kind of want to know.
So
I'm like, should I look it up?
it's a cool experience.
How did that experience actually happen? Like, did they just come to the town and were like, "Your band, you're gonna open for us"?
Now we're getting into the now we're getting into the politics of the entertainment industry.
No, we all want to know. This is good.
So a lot of times, right, when you're a small band, you're a nobody, right?
Hmm.
No one knows you. Same thing with streaming and YouTube, right? No one knows you.
Hmm.
Uh, but you basically pay to play. You pay to play. You like, but you also, it's who you know. So being in the music industry, I acquired Facebook friends who were in the industry, and you see post, hey bands, if you want to apply for this gig, apply here. So you apply, but then they'll hit you back with, well, if you want to play the show, it's going to cost you $2,000.
Oh, do
Bands
you
will
make
pay.
anything from it?
No, you'll make merch if you're a band that has merch and you sell merch,
Mm.
and they allow you to sell merch. It depends what the contract is, but we're getting into the politics of the business.
Is
So
it bad
it's
to
like,
get into the politics? I have one more question about it.
yeah, man. But it's the same thing with streaming now and YouTube.
Mhm.
It's all dirty, man.
Okay. Can I ask the question, or
Yeah,
you rather
ask
not?
it. Ask it.
Okay.
But your band
So
still has to be good. They still have to be like, yeah, we like them. But because
okay,
no one
okay,
knows you, right? You
right,
can't just be your music can't just suck and think you're gonna like. Well, I don't want to say just suck because who am I to say it sucks, right?
right.
Who am I to say anything sucks? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, but you know what I mean. The suits, whatever the suits
Mhm.
theme
So if
proper.
it's say they're two equally good bands and they have the cash, how do they pick? Do they make them do like a bid war or?
Well, they'll have a certain amount of slots for small bands,
Mm,
and they'll pick the certain amount of bands, and then if the bands pay and sign the contract, then they will play the show.
Hmm.
okay.
But for
Did it?
like a festival that big, like
Mhm.
there's a lot of bands that will be willing to pay whatever price, like money wise, that
Does I'm
because
sorry.
it's exposure for them. And I mean, like I'm on that poster, my band name's on that poster with all those other big band names, that
Got
Little
you.
Bear poster. It's got a bunch of band names from Rob Zombie and all them. So it's like,
Right.
yeah.
Does it if you so the more bands you have, does that cut into like the playtime? Like maybe if it was just
Well, the
y'all.
small bands, if
Mhm.
you're not anyone, so you sign up, you already know how long you're going to play on the
Okay,
contract,
got you.
or even let's just say, any show, right?
Mhm.
Let's just say you go and you play at the local bar, you're still going to have a contract with the bar
Right.
where you'll have an allotted time to play.
Mhm.
A lot of your small bands at these festivals, they're probably only going to have 20 minutes,
Mm.
Hmm.
15 minutes.
So basically, like a set.
Yeah, it's a quick set. Whereas like your other bands who are actually signed, right?
Mhm.
They'll have 30-minute sets.
Got
The
you.
bigger bands, which are the ones that people go over there for, will have like 45 to an hour minute sets usually.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
you're like at the end of the night, your closers, they usually have the hour sets.
Yeah,
Got you.
got to build up to it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. This is like the internet has made it so much easier for you to get discovered.
Mhm.
So a lot of times you don't need that label anymore, like you needed the label back in the day. But the way labels and anything works now, it's just all that they want money.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
even like your product, right? Let's say you're an artist or a YouTuber, and you sign with, because even YouTubers sign contracts with companies that push their stuff out
mm.
Mhm.
over the small people who are just uploading consistently. It's a thing, but yeah, they'll sign contracts.
Mhm.
That's the end of my politicking questions.
No, I
Yeah,
to
it's just
like
something
pick.
that people don't get into a lot.
Mhm.
There's a whole like sub I don't know, I guess I would say subgenre of people who don't agree with that, and I agree with that. I agree that don't agree with it. It's rotten because they're just taking, you know, we're all starving artists already, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It sucks what you got to do to try to get your art out there.
Yeah. So that was piggyback into the next question I wanted to ask is now that you are in new bands and you're releasing more solo stuff, do you do it all by yourself now, or do you still go
I'm
through?
not signed to anything or anyone. I'm all solo dolo.
Okay,
It's all
that's
me.
So you prefer that route then? Obviously.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
can say the F bomb, I can say fuck you. Sorry, beep. You know what I mean? I can say whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. I don't have a
Yeah.
contract holding me down.
Yeah. We are with that. Like that's one of the reasons that we want to build this platform is like we want to help indie artists get their stuff out there more. Like everybody's got the dream. Like you said, it's that spiritual calling. It's like we were meant to do it and we have all the obstacles of the mainstream that's become like this huge hurdle and it's like the only way we can overdo it is if we all band together and we just
Yeah,
let's
but
do it.
have you ever heard of the term crabs in a bucket?
I,
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Well, sadly, you have a bunch of crabs in a bucket. Essentially, when a crab tries to get out of the top, the other crabs pull him back down. So
Mm,
what you have is you have this whole sea of people who have the same dream as you, but they don't want to see you succeed because they're not
mm,
succeeding. So they're going to pull you or try to pull you back down into the bucket. So the number one thing I would say with content, if you're going to do content, no matter what type of content it is, don't worry about what other people are doing. Just focus on you.
mm.
Because if you start like, why deal with all that drama? If you just focus on you, you'll always have fun. You'll always have fun. You won't get tied up in all that BS because the BS is out there. And
Yeah.
sometimes, even like if doing this, putting yourself out there, if your comments are turned on, you're probably going to get a hateful message.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't already,
I've got
I'm telling myself this to remind myself, ignore hate,
ignore hate.
ignore the hate because they're doing
That's
it for attention.
yeah. That's good.
Yep.
And
Good.
once you start like replying to it, you could put your own self in a hole in a way sometimes and fall right into the trap that they wanted you to fall into. Or you can let them continue to hate and it just helps
Mm,
push you into the algorithm. I've noticed that if you just ignore it and let them hate and comment, it just pushes your video into the algorithm.
good. Your haters are helping you.
Your haters are helping you. It's 100% true. You see these big content creators, like really big content creators, and half their chat, like on their live stream, is like all people hating.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, when I do live streams, I get a lot of very weird
The
hate
trolls
comments.
are out in full force when you're just starting out too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like, yeah. I know at least on Twitch there's certain like phrases and words that you can ban, so you can kind of
Yeah.
circumvent that a little bit.
Oh, I'd get
But,
people who came up with a clever workaround where they would just type it out in emojis so that they wouldn't get flagged, and I had to like, ah,
but if you're not getting any kind of hate, I
yeah.
mean, you're probably not doing something right. So,
That is one way to look at it. Oh,
Yep.
that's inspiring for sure. And no, you've said a lot of amazing things. I have enjoyed hearing so many of your stories and how it's been for you as a content creator and a musician. I think it's good to know like getting into the politics and stuff. And people don't talk about that. So to hear you share that openly, it's helpful and also might help the other indie musicians that watch this episode be like, you know what? Maybe we just steer clear of that. You know?
just remember to have fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the numbers and the negativity. As long as you're being true to yourself and you're doing content that you actually enjoy, then the rest will fall in place.
Yeah. I
If it's
think we
meant to
all
be, it's
agree.
meant to be.
Yeah. I don't think anybody here is going to disagree with that statement at all.
Hmm.
So, on that note, too, I did want to pull up your Twitch just to kind of
Hmm.
show people because I know you have a fun little video. So I think, can we play this video?
Yeah, you can play it. It's an old video now.
Old video now.
Yeah.
What is up? Hey, I'm
Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I still stream on those 2 days.
Good to know.
Shit, bro. Yo, you Hufflepuffs! These Hufflepuffs aren't fooling anyone. They huff, puff in the bathrooms. And he's done. My camera lighting's gotten a lot better since then, I feel like, so.
That's good to know.
Yeah, as you can see here.
Is that your mascot at the end too?
Which mask?
The turtle thing?
Oh, yeah. Mascot, yeah, sorry.
Does it have a name, or he have a name?
Who's Turtle?
Just Turtle? That's cool. Yeah, I think on that note, we've talked about a lot of different things. You've given us a lot of helpful advice. Oh, Katie? Or Lamona! Yes, Lamona. Do you have something?
I was just moving the mouse
She's
off
just
of my
moving
body.
the mouse.
I don't know if that'd show up or not.
No. I had the
me.
cursor right in front of her face by accident.
Nah, there's no mouse. I didn't see it.
I thought she was reaching over slowly, and I'm like, question?
Dun dun.
No, it'd be like that sometimes. But I guess the last question to ask you is just like, where? Oh, I mean, we showed Twitch, but where else can everybody find you? Even your music stuff, like.
Oh yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you so very much for having me. Chat with you all. It's been a very amazing pleasure, and I cannot thank you enough. You can find me on like TikTok at Turtle Pizza Power, on Twitter at tmnt Pizza Power. I still have my username. Am I still there?
Yay.
Okay. And there we go. YouTube is at Turtle Pizza Power, or Turtle Pizza Power Music and Thoughts. You can just YouTube search it. And Twitch at Turtle Pizza Power.
All right. Yeah, everybody go check him out. Like,
Thank
for
you.
sure, you'll be inspired. You'll be entertained. He's a variety streamer, variety content creator. I can say that. I've seen a couple videos that have been video games. I've seen some about his music. I've seen him playing guitar butt naked once, and I've been forever traumatized from that video. Definitely go check him out.
I will
You don't
probably
see
not
anything.
be viewing that video.
You don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
It threw me off for sure. I was like, Frae, is your friend okay?
You should know by now, none of my friends are okay.
I get a little unhinged sometimes, okay?
We love it. The best are, honestly, like, I dress up as a giant pencil. Many that would be considered unhinged. So, no, definitely.
I know I have a video idea. If we're ever in person, I can get the guitar and get naked with the guitar in front of me, and you can be dancing as the pencil suit.
Okay, future collab. We're going to do it.
There we go. I'd love to do it.
The seeds have been planted. We will. Whenever we meet in person, it's just going to happen.
Yes.
Whether it's in front of people or...
Yeah, I mean, I might do that.
I'm kidding. No, I would be down to do a collab for sure. Like, I think that would be fun. You have that fun personality.
I'd be down.
We would mesh pretty well. For sure. But everybody, go check him out. He's amazing. And before we end the show,
don't forget to like and subscribe this video.
Yes, definitely do that. Before we go, Frae and Lamona, I want to ask you guys, what are any news? I know you have some news because we've been trying to address it this entire podcast, but is there anything new and upcoming for you guys?
You can go first if you want, Frae.
I have Inlock Volume 4 finally coming out after 2 years. I'm gonna release a Kickstarter in August. It's only gonna last for 30 days, and then it'll officially be out for everybody in September. August is gonna be more of a kind of like a pre-release, and there's gonna be wonderful bonuses that you can get with it if you donate to the cause. But September is gonna be the official date when the book will actually be out.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I will be at Horror on Main if you're in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the last weekend of June. I think that's the 27th or something.
28th, 29th, I believe.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Last weekend in June, 28th. I will be there selling artwork. I'll have even like some traditional framed works that I'm selling
Sweet.
right out of my sketchbook. So
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
I've got some of your artwork. It's I likes it.
We
Thank
all
you,
like
sir.
art. And Lamona, I got it right at the end of the
You
stream.
did. Great job.
Tell us about what's happening, because I'm sure our audience is not used to this yet either.
I'm making it some huge deal. Is it?
It's
Oh,
a big
geez.
deal. It's a very big deal.
That makes me feel really uncomfortable.
Get used to it.
I'm trying. I'm working on it. So yeah, I'm very new to this whole content creation. In fact, I never ever in my thoughts imagined I would do anything like it, really, because I don't really like technology or
Yeah.
social media. But I finally realized that it would be probably the best way, at least currently, to break myself out of my own shell that I have built around myself. That I need to stop doing that. It's forcing me to change, I guess, really, for the better is how I see it. So I am currently working on the process of getting my first book of poetry published, which has always been a dream of mine.
Sweet.
Really excited about that. So I'm in talks with an artist about the cover art for it. And just waiting to hear back from them. So, yeah, I'm just super, super excited about that. And
Will
then,
that book be on Amazon?
probably, yeah. Part of me wants to not have to like do a contract with anyone, and like publish independently. And then part of me is like, but maybe I should publish with someone. So yeah, probably yes, most likely. And then I'm also, this will take me a lot longer, but I've been working when I have time on graphic novel storyline that I'm super excited about. Which, in case you haven't seen any of our previous episodes, super long story short, nutshell, Jane Austen meets anime.
Nice.
Which I'm also super excited about because I think it's a decent story. Yeah, and I am rebranding to Lamona Bonneray from here on out, and I technically do consider myself a multi-creative, but I'm starting with my writing skills.
Nice.
And she has started up her TikTok and Instagram pages, Lemon with
Oh.
Wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also important, yeah.
What will you be doing on those?
So yeah, I'm gonna be starting out sharing my poetry and also like spiritual related stories as well.
Sweet.
To start.
Nice.
Yeah, and we've just kind of started this past week. We put up a reintroduction video, so probably be on the lookout very soon for more. So that's exciting. I wanted her to say it herself because we were going back and forth if we were going to change her name right away on the podcast, but we made the call tonight last minute. She's like, let's to keep it consistent. So Lamona Bonneray, everybody. No longer Katie. Well, Katie still, but not really Katie. You're going to have to forget that name.
You're gonna have to forget that name.
I know. I'm so not good at this. It's gonna be probably Frae and Rachel and me are gonna be like, okay, Lamona. We're probably gonna do it like for 10 episodes till we finally just like.
And then it changes again.
Yeah, then she's like, I actually don't like the way that it says Bonneray. I'm gonna change it a little bit to be like Bonnerary.
Who knows? Maybe through the process, you'll be a Lamona for a couple of weeks. Then you go to another character. Then Lamona comes back, the return of Lamona. Whichever ego comes into play.
I mean, honestly,
I like it.
I mean, we all got alter egos here. I mean, Frae, that's not his real name. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say his real name on camera, but we all have our secrets. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Tanner.
I'm like Kanye, sir. I changed my name legally to Frae, just like he changed his name to Ye. Okay.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well,
but I didn't change it legally. I was kidding.
Oh, I'm so gullible. Anyway, hi, I'm Tanner. I'm number 2 Pencil Man. I have issue 2 coming in the mail soon. I'm just waiting on the publisher or the printing to be done, which should be done in the
Sweet.
next couple days. So, issue 2 will be officially out in the end of June. I have 2 events. The same weekend, my best bro is coming down to Harrisburg. I'm going away to Shippensburg. I didn't want to be here for him. I'm just like, nope. I chose a different place. I have a small business bash in Carlisle, which will be probably the first available time in person that you're going to be able to get issue 2. I will be doing a giveaway once issue 2 comes. I'm going to do it on my Instagram, so stay tuned for more details. It'll be a chance to get issue 1 and 2 for new readers that want to get into number 2 Pencil Man, and for my fans out there who have been amazing, I will also have a giveaway just for issue 2, so that way you guys can get involved with it too.
It's a great idea. Dan.
So, yes, stay tuned. There will be some news on my Instagram in the probably by next weekend, I hope, as long as I get the comics by the end of this week. Maybe I'll do a live unboxing too. It'd be fun. Come hang out with me as
That'd
I
be
get
cool.
the first look at it. And yeah, so that's all that news. Frae is still helping me format my children's book, which will also be available hopefully in the next couple months. And we're probably going to put that on Amazon. So
Sweet.
that'll be available for print on demand, where you can get my comic books on my website or through me directly at in-person events. And that's basically all the news that I have. I'm working on rebranding Tanner's Tales Entertainment. Be on the lookout for some new video series. I have my Tanner's Tales podcast where it's more story based and people can come on and share stories of all different kinds. That's happening now. So the revival is already kind of up and going, but I will have more series like It Could Be Anything. That's going to be my next big project that I'm super excited about, because it's like a random show where I do something different every single time. It's not just like completely random, but it's like I could do one episode where I learn to cook something, or then the next episode I'm going down slides and rating them or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be like a wide variety of content. It's something that I did back in middle school that I want to revive. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot more content whenever I actually have the time to film it. I already have some in reserve. We're working on it, but Tanner's Tales Entertainment is coming back, and it's coming in hot. So, that's it for me and my promo. Again, uh, if you like what we're doing as a group, all of us make up the Dreamscape Empyrean, and this is our podcast, the Indie Synergy Exchange. It is a podcast where we basically give the spotlight to any and all indie creators out there. So if you are out there pursuing your dream and you just want to have a little boost in getting it out to a new audience, this is the podcast for you. We want to have any and all indie creators out there. If you would like to be on the show, DM us. DM us on our social media, Dreamscape Empyrean. When you reach out, you'll mainly be speaking to me. I know Frae has access to it as well. So if it's not me, it'll be Frae, but most likely it's me. Uh, yeah, reach out. We'd love to have you on the show. And like I said, we just want to help the indie community thrive. We want to help everybody reach their
I
dreams
like
a
it.
little bit easier. So yeah, if you like what we're doing, please consider giving us the thumbs up, commenting, subscribing, all that good snazzy stuff. It really does help out, and we appreciate all of you guys for just sticking along and coming along on this journey. It's going to be fun. So, yeah, I think this is the end of the episode. Without further ado, I do want to turn it over to Turtle Pizza Power one more time. Can you give us one final word of encouragement for the audience out there?
Um, Thank you so much for having me again. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, it was an honor, man. Super cool.
And like I said to Frae, with the content or whatever you want to do in life, be like Nike and just do it.
Just
I love
freaking
it.
do it.
Just do it.
I wrote a poem about that. I wish I had it right here. It's a baby perfect, but anyway.
Well, we'll have her read it on her content channel,
Yes,
everybody.
I will do
Cool.
that.
But yes, thank you guys again for
Thank
tuning
you.
in. And this has been Indie Synergy Exchange. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Bye bye.